Hi, welcome to this plasma system. The video, or let's say ArcoLinux, releases every month ISOs, right? And every month with the ISOs we sum up what have we changed in the last month, the last release. And we get on arcolinux.info, we get a article about the release. And inside this release, we will tell you all the new stuff, right? And we'll show you how to stay rolling. And that's this video. And we'll have another video to say what's new. So if you are on ArcoLinux, those two things are actually essential to have a look. Did I miss anything? Because we communicate with Facebook, Discord, Telegram, and others, right? But sometimes, yeah, there is work and there is family and such. So these let's go to the welcome app. These places here, release info, is actually super important because it just goes to show, and this is going to be released pretty soon. It goes to, it will explain lots of information about ArcoLinux, what we have enhanced, what we have improved, what we have changed. And there is a rolling release, the new, and then this gives a nice overview. And often I teach a lot of stuff in there. So it's also a knowledge base every time. It's also a course every time. So closing every tab here. So this is our welcome app. You see me go here, but there are other nice pages in here to have a look at. Maybe I should say this as well. Ctrl-Alt-W again. Somebody on YouTube, and a very important, actually well-known YouTuber or YouTube provider, how do you say that, right? With a well-known channel, let's call it like that, says you can't find things on your YouTube channel, Eric, right? So YouTube is what it is. I mean, we can't change anything about it really, because they always send us new contracts and all that, so we only have to accept. The only thing we can do on these things here is add tags, use good words, keywords, and so you can use the search. But what we can do as well is the playlist. So use the playlists. In my response to, well, the difficulty to finding this bunch of information, it's like a huge amount of information of an ArcoLinux and ArcoLinux University in here. The thing is, we actually are not using YouTube, right? We are actually using ArcoLinux info. And we're using all the websites that are under here. It's here that you start, and it is not YouTube that's essential. No, it's the websites that are essential, and we start here, and in the articles we'll have videos. And where do we host them? We host them on YouTube. That's it. You should start here, not on YouTube. Here it makes sense. Here we have more division. We are in control, right? These are ours. YouTube is not from us. Maybe you misunderstood that. Not just joking. No, but this is where you should start. And it's, of course, the other websites. So that being said, close tab. We are going to update our system. So we get this red thing here, and this red thing is PAMIC. PAMIC is quite interesting, and maybe I should show you as well. Again, there I am teaching, right? That's me. But I should type in my password correctly. Is caps lock on? Don't think so. Okay, caps lock needs to be on. So during Calamar's installer, my caps lock was on, basically. So we are going to AOR. I'm gonna enable it. Keep build packages in cache. Yeah, check for updates from AOR. Close. Then we get everything. We get also the AOR stuff, and we need to upgrade one thing. Now, I do not do this in the graphical environment, which is fine if you do, but I rather do it and rather learn new commands. And well, actually this is an alias. So there we go, caps lock off. Update is an alias, and it's going to be an alias for something. And if you're on phase 5, okay, alias update, that's it. Then you have to remember sudo pacman minus capital SYYU. That's what you need to type in ArcoLinux and in other ArcoLinux based systems. And the other one, upall, we'll do that later on. Upall is another command. Behind there is yay -syu with no confirmation, so it just automatically installs. Otherwise you have to press enter, 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 enter all the time. And you have 10 of these packages, you have to type a lot of enters. So no confirm. So that's what we'll do to keep rolling. So we are now on version 2.20.2.12. If we type update, then we are getting two things in. We're getting the ArcoLinux packages in, and ArcoLinux, well, capital Eric this time. Password. Shh. Don't tell anyone. So we have a bunch of stuff coming in. All right, and boom, it's installed after a while. So the update command is going to update the ArcoLinux stuff and the ArcoLinux stuff. And I was saying that ArcoLinux actually comprises of 90%, if not more, ArcoLinux packages. And we have some stuff that's super interesting, but it's not on ArcoLinux. Then it's on AUR, Arch User Repository Elements. And the last, but not least, of course, are our own packages. And here you see some names, ArcoLinux, 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 right? So we have our own settings, configs, applications, and so on. So that's the other 5%. So basically, as a whole, we are ArcoLinux distribution with some tips and tweaks and design and configs. That's how I would describe it. After this is done, well, maybe first check out some lines. Maybe we see some lines up here. Here they are. That's important for you to notice that there is something written to your etc scal. And it's very essential if you're new to our system that you go to one of these would do, because they all go to the same website. Well, not the same page, but the same website. And in arcolinux.com we have here some things that are important for you. The tweak tool is important, knowing Calamar is important, learning what Scal is all about is important, right? Scal is there for us, basically, for developers and beta testers. So to keep on rolling, to get the new configs in, but you can use it as well. All right, so this scal thing is a command we do to get the new configurations in from etc scal. And etc scal, well, the system doesn't care. It really will not look to this particular folder. When is it used? When you do a clean installation. When you say, I'm gonna install Ubuntu, right? Everything they put in etc scal is gonna be on the home directory of Eric in Ubuntu. Every Linux system has, I take that example because every Linux system is gonna be like that. So etc scal is where you put your configurations when you make it nicer. Okay, but when you want to stay rolling and you don't want to reinstall, then you need to get the new content from here to the system, basically. So rather than copy pasting everything manually, we hate manual work, we have an alias. And that's capital, and we have scal. So boom, it's all there. Everything that's in etc scal, you can have a look, of course. File system, analyze what's going on in that directory. Scal, Control H, hidden, right? Nothing is there, Eric? No, it's all hidden. So Control H, and if you forget the shortcut, show hidden files. And there it is. So everything is in there to have this beautiful setup. All right, every setting is in here. And there's also the keep rolling in here, so the stay rolling that we're going to apply later on. But since I did a scal, the same thing is in here. And there we go. We're gonna run this one. But first, after an update and a scal, we do an upall, which means if you do it in this way, this sequence, then we see that the AUR has an update. So it's not from us, AUR, Arch User Repository, from anybody. It's coming from zips and targzs and coming from SUSE and Ubuntu and anything you can find on the internet is repacked, rebuilt, and made it suitable to work on ArcoLinux. And those are maintainers do that, so users, so not us, not Arch, you and me. Basically, anybody can be a maintainer. So there you go. Downgrade has been installed, and downgrade is actually interesting to know. Downgrading Linux kernels, I do this with this. Downgrade Linux, that's as simple as that. Downgrade Linux. You need to know the package, of course. It needs to know the name. And that's gonna look on the internet, say, okay, what Linux versions do I have? So I have 100 Linux kernels I can go back to, you see? So that's if you run into issues. I've never run into Linux kernel issues yet. Let's hope for the best, right? So this is all up to date now. Last check, F12, up all. If nothing happens, nothing happens. I want to show you one thing. Yeah, capital Eric here. There we go. Just this thing here, flagged out of date AOR, which means don't worry, be happy. Somebody on the internet, a maintainer of this particular package, Python PyParted, will maintain it, will update it soon. It's nothing you need to be worrying about. It's out of your control as well. The maintainer needs to do something. You could do it manually, but well, why bother, right? Everything works fine as it is at this moment. It's just telling, okay, there's a new package out there, please update it. And the maintainer should do that, and then automatically we get an update. So we just wait. Be patient. Last thing you do is you go to this particular folder, because we want to go from Ctrl-Alt-T. You see we've lost the number here. We'll figure it out why that is, but it doesn't matter. It's just a number. So let's go to here, file system, and I'll show you the number this way. I actually like it better without number, then we won't get all these questions. My number is not the same. Doesn't matter, guys, doesn't matter. Yeah. Good that we see this. This is an error, and you think, oh my god, this is so buggy, this system, it's rubbish. When you do an update, and a major update, we've done 1 GB of update, the rule is, yeah, reboot, right? We get a similar message inside Plasma, says something about Dolphin not working and all that. So it is as simple as that. Did you try turning it off and on again? I have to say that a lot of times in my school, my university, where I say, try that, and then suddenly everything works again. It is the same here. And then we are going to run this thing, because that's what we wanted to do. We don't want to see this anymore. I'm gonna change my wallpaper with Alt-N, N for Nico, Alt-N, right? So variety is kicking in and it's giving me a new wallpaper, and that's in here. We can also select the wallpaper and say I'm gonna go for this one, close. Ctrl-Alt-T is an option, or you go to Super Shift with Enter and then go to bin, stay rolling, 2020, this one, and run that one. So open here the terminal, or what I often do is just type it in. So bin, so dot bin, and then stay, not the capital letters, stay rolling, 2020, and then 2, 3, that's it, right? I don't know what's the fastest, but sometimes when I'm in a terminal, I'll just do this. This is the application this is a bash script we're gonna run. Basically this time around there's not much in there. Let's have a look. Because our work, you'll see in the what's new video, our work in February, March was all about Calamares. It's gonna be great. So the things we do is here install these packages. That's it really. So that's the elements we do if we install, and the last thing is change the release, and that's what I wanted to show you indeed. So go to file system etc lsb release. So this is the number 2212. This shows it, isn't showing here but it's showing here. That's most important. Like I said, I actually like it better this way without the number. Well, we'll see why that is. Anyway, we're going to run this one. ArcoLinux tweak tool is, I think, the only one that's missing, but maybe you've installed it already, because we do communicate with you via Discord, Facebook, Mail, Telegram. We are always communicating with new information there. So maybe you have already it, so you are rolling, but I do not. So with this application, with this script here, I'm going to install ArcoLinux tweak tool. So when we type now tweak, it's gonna be there, ArcoLinux tweak tool. And that's a tool that we improve gradually over time. Capital again, Jesus. Okay, so you'll see there are lots of videos about it, or about every of these tabs, we call them. So lots of tabs, lots of things that normally you do manually. So go into a file, change some things around. Now we can just activate things in here and do stuff in here. So that's our tweak tool, but that's for the new video later on. So now we're rolling. We are up to date. Indeed, the number has changed, 20.3.4, and still not there. So if there are geniuses out there, you tell me why that is. Anyway, we're up to date, and that's the most important one. This LSB release is super, 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 super unimportant. Update, up all, yeah, my password again. And there we are, all up to date. Enjoy ArcoLinux.